John, you've been very good about sticking to your pledge of not resting guys down the stretch. Now that these last 2 games are coming in, would you consider doing that with a couple of your defensemen, given how many minutes they'll probably play in the playoffs?
I'm not sure.
John, Gabriel Carlson was with the team. I know it wasn't optional today. Have you had a chance to speak with him at all yet?
Yeah, I saw him on the road. I forget where we were. Where were we?
Chicago.
Chicago, yeah. We got in and talked to him there. Talked to him this morning. He could be a guy that we may want to look at here. I'm still not exactly sure what we're going to do.
What do you like about his game that you've seen or heard
Well,
about?
I haven't seen him play. Just in talking to Johnny Madden down there, or up there. He's been mistake-free. Very impressed with his positioning. Still just a young kid. But it's very promising as far as how he started his American League career. So, with the injury with Zach, and I think some struggles at certain times with some guys, we may take a look at him here in one of these games.
Is Ryan yet day-to-day for you?
No.
First time they played together last night in a full game, how did Jones and Nudavara look?
Oh, they weren't bad.
Okay.
They weren't bad. Yeah, they weren't bad. I think, as I said after the game last night, I think we're putting ourselves in situations off the rush. We're chasing the game. We're giving up the middle when we're really in good position to start with, and we get a little over anxious and give up the middle. Offensive people look to get the middle. Defensive people need to try to open the door to the outside so they don't get the middle. I think we struggled a little bit of that last night as a group. Jonesy overplays one. He scores a goal. Yeah, but I thought, as I said, I wanted to put a puck handler with Jonesy. He's been used to that all year long, and I didn't mind it at all.
Hey, John, a lot of people have talked about you guys building momentum over this weekend for the playoffs, but the playoffs are such a unique opportunity and such a blank slate.
Yeah.
Do you really need momentum?
You want your team. I think all coaches are trying to get their team tracking the right way and not into a lot of bad habits. But what do you do if you don't? Let's say we still struggle. What do we do? Okay, we can't play the playoffs. We didn't have a good couple of weeks here. We're leaving. We're not going to go. You deal with it. And I think we got to be really careful here. And I've been very careful, I think, with some of the panic or the noise around me and a little bit of panic, that we're going to be okay. I'm not sure what we do. I'm not sure if we're successful. We're playing against a pretty good team. But as far as where their mindset is going to be, whether we beat these teams 5-0, the next 2 games, win 2 games 5-0, or lose 5, I don't think it's going to destroy us. My thing is, and I'm really thrilled what happened last night. I thought Wenberg played a really good game. I saw Sauter come alive a little bit. Still a little concerned about Cam. So that's what I'm hoping. You just hope they feel good about themselves. And you want the results. I'm frustrated. We haven't won. We're not used to it. This is our first losing streak, and it's in the end of March. It's the last games of our year. That's a pretty good problem to have, as far as I'm concerned, the way they've been doing it all year long. So we got to be really careful how we handle it.
You, 2003, I think, would have been the first time guys like Richie and Vinny went to the playoffs, I think, right? In the next year,
Yeah.
you won the Cup. What was it like for those young guys? Because you always hear guys have to experience it once.
Yeah.
You're taking a young group in, part of your young group.
Yeah.
What do you remember about those guys that first time around? I think you won a round.
Yeah, we won a round. I think it was against Washington, and I want them to. We're going to have fun one way or another here, and there was the same thing there. You better have some fun doing it, because it's such a grind during the regular season. If you don't enjoy the stage that you're on, the scrutiny that's there, and just the excitement of it all, then, man, you're going to have a lousy career, because this is what you play for. It sounds a little cliche, but it really is. You want to get an opportunity to do this. So I'll say it to you guys right now. I don't know how we go. I'm not going to make any predictions, good or bad, but this is a really good process we've gone through. this is the next step of the process of them experience this. Some of the guys have played in the playoffs against this team. Some of the guys don't have a clue what to expect. So that's I think they should just be excited, not to feel any extra pressure. I'm going to make my whole preparation to where we're not changing anything. We're not doing anything special because it's the playoffs. They're going to feel that themselves when the games are being played, when they step out on that ice for that first game. So I'm trying to go the other way, as just to try, let's just go about our business. And back then, those young guys, they had a ball. They had a ball. And it gave them, at least in that situation, it gave them a taste. And we went around, and I was a young coach then too. You know, I was experiencing a lot of things at that time. But as you get older and you go through this, you want more of it. And I think that's how the process goes as far as competing in the playoffs. No, I'm not sure what happens with us. Do we keep on going? I don't know. But this is for this team right now, where we are, especially with our back end, as young as that's been all year long, it's a tremendous experience for us, and we're just going to go about our business.
Now, is this going to be, you've coached, I think, the Rangers teams that were a little bit older, a little more experienced. Is this going to be, we've talked at times about you changing as a coach. As you get older, you change things sometimes. This approach that you're about to take, is this going to be different than maybe approaches you've taken in the past?
I've always, my approach going into playoffs has always been, and I think I've said it to you guys, is being with them. I think sometimes coaches are, during a long 8-month, 7-month season, it's the players and it's the coaches. It's not one higher than the other, but you kind of separate it a little bit because you're trying to push those guys and push that little button or kick them there or hug them there to get them to come as a unit and to play under team concept and try to succeed to get to where we are right now. We've done all that now. I think I want to do this with them. I want them to feel that we're all together now. I think that's very important when playoffs comes around, and that's how I've always gone about it.